extremely entertaining and also informative, and hope you enjoy it.
Yes, it's a film for the world premiere of the new GLC. Yeah, it's a successor of that model. It's their top seller. And it's the worldwide segment leader. So this GLC is the most dynamic SUV Mercedes has ever made. We need a director to fly in tomorrow morning. Yeah, I know. Of course. I mean, as long as he's not as crazy as the last one.
This hybrid nature of this car is like a succulent lobster in my mouth. If you think about electricity, it's like lava. It's like when you make love for the whole night. That's why I'm super excited that George Russell is going to be our guy here driving this car.
Hi.
He's a storyteller.
What? Oh, good. George needs to join an engineering meeting for the Formula One team.
He's not coming.
No.
So he's not doing the shoot?
No.
So you call me in here and tell me George Russell is coming and then he isn't coming?
We have a casting.
Casting smasty! So George is definitely not coming? Correct. Good luck with your shitty film, with your shitty actors, and I'm never working with you once again. I guess I'm an emotional person sometimes when it's the passion.
Of course. We are just so grateful you decided to come back. And Magnus, thank you for being so open and for even having this conversation.
Oh, please.
I have some ideas about the casting we have. We really want to get across that this model is way more sporty, more elegant than the last one. And actually the body length is 6 centimeters longer. They really need to focus on the overall design of the car. I think they can start here at the backlights, focus in on the star design and the lights. Yeah.
Oh, they'll need to, maybe they can stop here, have a little moment with the rims, the sleek lines, the steps. After that, I think we can have them move forward and spend some time here at the headlights, maybe show how expressive they can be, the star grille, and the thing that I really want to convey in this experience is this overall feeling of modern luxury.
Introducing the new Mercedes-Benz GLC with a modern luxury design language.
And what's in the camera or
6 centimeters more body length.
no, not like a robot. Have you ever done any acting before?
Never before.
Okay, great. Thanks guys. But imagine yourself you have. Have you been here before?
My brother's also an actor. Mercedes-Benz GLC.
That's actually very nice. I'll do what you did. Blah blah blah. Haven't learned my lines. Doody do. Blah blah blah.
But you look great. With a modern luxury design language.
Stop the car. Open the window. Hello, this is the police.
Okay.
You're a terrible actor. Say the line. That baby is an amateur. Modern luxury
Design
language. I mean, what the f are we doing here? This is so creepy. I'm looking in his eyes and I see the lights are on, but no one's home. Okay?
That's unfair.
It's a disaster. I'm pretty sure I asked for actors.
Adam was great.
I hate him. The twin.
Adam was great.
I hate him. This is a catastrophe, guys.
Maybe we could
Are you okay? Wake up. Want some water, man?
Say that again.
You want some water? Man,
What's your name? Dragon. Say that to them.
you want some water, man?
It's great. I love it.
I love this guy.
This chapter is all about the MUX. You can activate it just by saying, "Hey Mercedes, how may I help you?"
Mercedes, we're trying to block the scene, so just wait for your turn.
See, it's really easy. It's like a super smart computer. You can ask it almost anything.
Dragon, You're saying goodbye to a woman who has been your partner for many years and you love her deeply, but you also hate her on some levels. But you're saying goodbye for the very last time, and she doesn't know that you're leaving.
I love it.
Hey, Mercedes,
How may I help you?
I love you.
Was it love at first, Ryan?
That was actually really touching.
Thanks.
Not so much what you did, but the response from Mercedes. There was something so sincere
Hey,
about
that was so great.
I'm wondering if we could try something that just focuses on the actual functionality of the app UX. Smart home controls or streaming services, something like
That's what
that.
we're building.
Exactly. Just super simple. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Okay, great.
Don't listen to her.
All right. Hey, Mercedes,
How may I help you?
I love you.
I also love to spend time with you.
Wow. Did you feel that?
Yeah.
There's that connection that we're looking for.
It's so good, it's so romantic, I love it.
I know. It's like a bad toy collection. I mean, just have a look at it. It's all flat. I'm not seeing any shapes in here. Shadows are coming in at a completely wrong angle.
Excuse me. We've been lighting for 8 hours, just wanted to check in.
We should go on a break.
Okay, when you're ready, let me show you the trunk. It holds at least 50 more liters, and it can expand to a capacity of up to 600 liters.
Yeah. Like this. Maybe like this.
Yeah. So there's a few things the client really want to highlight in this film. So we need to feature the ergonomic seats with leather upholstery. They can adjust almost as high as your director's chair. I think we can also take some time to focus in on the details, like the stitching and all the trim marks.
I don't care about you.
What about the screen that features MBUX or the multifunctional steering wheel? The sound system comes with Burmester speakers. Got it? Okay. We can also take some time to feature the panoramic sunroof. The client also wants us to take shot of duets and the ambient lighting, which you can adjust based on your mood.
Adams, I quit. No, you're fired. With your fake lights. Looks like a TV show from 1987.
What are you doing? Who's gonna shoot the film now?
He will.
Me?
You will.
Yeah, sorry I was rude. Can you please come back?
In this scene, we're building up to catharsis, where the snow comes in and the elements that are all-encompassing hug the car and the man, and they are all of a sudden alone in the universe.
Hey, Mercedes, what's the weather like?
Currently it is cloudy with winds
Hey, Mercedes, what's the weather like?
Wind has increased. Expect heavy snow.
As you can see, we've got a fantastic presentation here for you about the GLC. But maybe we'll bridge the time until the generator kicks in and introduce ourselves and welcome you to the launch of our new ultimate luxury lifestyle SUV, the new Mercedes-Benz GLC. It's wonderful to have you here, and with me here is Alex Boavida, our new VP for Sales and Marketing.
Welcome everyone, and on that note, we are ready for everyone weather, and we're great weather for today, so I'm really looking forward to that with you. It's raining in Trevor, I'm really looking forward to a good day. So making it a little bit more challenging, but I think getting to experience the vehicle in a different aspect, on wet roads, the comfort of it, it brings different dynamic to it, and really hope that you enjoy spending the day with us. I don't know if you want to continue this video or we can send it out.
I think we'll kickstart straight our presentation until it's up and running. Alex, you've been with us now for roughly half a year. What were the highlights for you since the start of the year for Mercedes-Benz in South Africa?
I mean, this vehicle, I must say, I come from retail, so I've been with Mercedes-Benz for 11 years, and we've missed the GLC in our stable, and this new GLC that we bring to this country is just unbelievable. The experience is very short, now, but the tech in the car, the standard operating, the modern luxury design, the comfort, the suspension, everything about this vehicle is definitely something that we needed to bring into the country. But over and above that, we've been doing some amazing things. We had the Halal in hour happening, where we displayed some cars and we drove around the track. We joined with Makosa and did some sustainability on our EQ product range. We've really done some amazing things this year, Mark.
Yeah, and I mean, not only that, I mean, we've got the new C43, which is obviously born and bred in East London here, proudly made in South Africa. But recently we also launched, for instance, a new special model, the GLB 35, where 35 vehicles are only in the country, and it's a limited edition which is offered only online through our e-commerce platform. But it's not only about our performance models. Tell us about EQ, Mercedes EQ, what has been happening there?
Yeah, so I mean, a very exciting range. I think some of you were at our EQE in January where we initially met. We are now bringing out the SUVs coming out later this year. The tech in their cars is unbelievable. We're driving EQS at the moment. It's an unbelievable vehicle in terms of the design language, how to put together the technology, and how we are moving into the future for our customer is really important to us.
But for me, talking about electric vehicles and Mercedes EQ, it's not only about the car itself or the product itself, it's looking at the holistic ecosystem, if you want it. And that's why, as we speak, Mercedes-Benz South Africa is investing into 68 chargers in and around South Africa in order to have a customer-centric approach and to facilitate that transition into an e-mobility future. Alex, yesterday we had a special guest here. Who was that?
So we had Evan Itzebit, he's joining us as our friend of the brand. We handed over a vehicle to him and his wife Emily. She'll be driving a GLC. We're very excited. We've got now 4 rugby players. It's a South African Rugby World Cup year. We've also promised an upgrade to a 63 if they bring a trophy home for us. So maybe that will help us a little bit.
Even fit anyway.
He fits into the car every game, very much so. He even fits into the GLC. He's about 2 hours. Actually saying to Mark yesterday, I take my heels off.
But we can only deliver the car where it's like a panoramic sunroof.
But some really exciting news in terms of how we're associating who we're working with, and really exciting in terms of what we're doing this year. I mean, we are really evolving in terms of our luxury strategy, and again, bringing the GLC into that, and we're narrowing everything that we're doing.
And we're really excited to have this power couple part of the Mercedes-Benz family in South Africa, and they will stand as brand ambassadors for the SUV range, because that's also one of our themes for 2023. We are going into an SUV offensive, and that is obviously spearheaded by this ultimate luxury lifestyle SUV, the new GLC. And we're very proud because on the one hand, we're the inventor of the automobile, but on the other hand, we pride ourselves also with inventing the premium luxury segment in the SUV range. Why? Because 1997, we actually brought the first premium luxury SUV to the market with the original M-Class. And with that extensive range from GLA to the godfather of all SUVs, G-Class, we've got probably the widest portfolio in the market. And now, with the new GLC coming, Alex, what excites you about the GLC?
I mean, this car, you haven't experienced it enough, and we really want you to drive it and play around with it. But it comes loaded with so many standard extras that we never had before. So we've got the Avantgarde interior exterior package, we've got the MBUX, we've got NTG 7 in that vehicle now. That really changes the game in terms of wireless seamless integration into your phone, into your lifestyle, and that's why these cars are being developed in that way. We've got standard safety features in the cars, we've got LED lights in the cars, we've got tow bars that can tow up to 2.5 tons. We've got an extra 6 centimeters long. I mean, it's really packed with all the luxury that the customer wants to hold equity in the car, but also for the customer to experience the amazing product that we do have.
I mean, before we touch on all the features this car has, I think every car is about its design and its looks. And the new GLC, in my view, has a spectacular design language. It's sporty, it's dynamic, it's really living and breathing our modern luxury aspiration, and it really underlines our design philosophy of sensual purity. On the one hand, I think this car is really a bold statement on the road. On the other hand, it's classy and elegant, and that's important because we aspire to have that top-notch luxury. And if you look at this vehicle from the front, the grille, on the one hand, very luxurious, but also sporty and dynamic. And it's the little details which makes the difference. It's, for instance, the star emblems in the grille, but also if you look at the rear lights, you can see the little stars in there. And these little touches and differences really set this vehicle apart. What else, Alex?
I mean, as South Africans, we live a life where during the day and during the week, we travel to work and back on normal tar roads, but we like to experience our country on the weekends, and we don't want a vehicle to always ever impede that. So this vehicle, in terms of off-road capability, is outstanding. It's got a rear axle that goes to 4.5, you can get an air-mounted suspension. We've got this thing that you didn't see on the video, but it's called a transparent bonnet. I'm sure some of you know about it already, but transparent bonnet can look right under the carriage of the vehicle while you're driving. So if you are driving between 0 and 8 kilometers per hour, you look directly under the vehicle, and if you're driving between 8 and 20 kilometers per hour, it shows slightly in front of the vehicle. Now you obviously don't have a camera underneath, so it's the pixelation of the multi-milliseconds of all the camera images coming together to see this amazing structure underneath you. I mean, in some way, I think they did it for South Africa, for the potholes, but in actual fact, they did it for off-roading, so that you can actually see what's underneath. And it's got so many capabilities to fit into our lifestyle, both on the weekends and enjoying life, and obviously everyday driving and collecting kids and doing those good things. We also have every car in a 4MATIC, which is, I think, essential in what we're trying to do as an SUV, which gives it a very different ride quality and feel. So we've got so many amazing things packed into this vehicle that it is definitely something that is superior and will lead us in terms of the class segment that we have. We've sold over 2.6 million of these units now. We're now in our third generation. Globally, we are a segment leader, and I believe this new vehicle also pays testament to that.
I think the main feature everybody will be using today, looking at whether it's going to be the seat heating of our vehicles.
Standard, by the way, standard.
But besides that, I mean, this car is loaded with lots of content. But for me, what's important is the highest degree of value perception and the craftsmanship, which Mercedes-Benz is so renowned for. So you really have that luxury appeal in the inside. If you look at the leather, at the first-class materials, at the stitching, at the upholstery, this lives and breathes first-class luxury. And not only in our traditional limousines, but also now in our SUVs, we've got that superior edge in our vehicles. But for me, every off-road comes with every exceptional off-road capability. Alex, what are the main features the vehicle comes with in terms of off-road driving?
So you get an engineering package now that comes up with 3 elements and items, as indicated in the pneumatic suspension, your off-road capabilities of the rear axle steering, and also having that extra torque that you require with the transparent bonnet. That feature is, if you're wanting to off-road, you buy the standard vehicle and only that package. And you've got everything that you require. That package is around 44,000 Rand. And you can do anything with that vehicle in terms of how you operate and move in the areas that you want to. So with the 4MATIC coupled to it, I mean, this is really a dynamic vehicle that can fit anyone's requirements. Be it surfing, be it going camping, whatever it may be, that vehicle can allow you to do that.
I think, best summarized, it's basically the perfect companion for the outdoor lifestyle of a South African in this segment, and this car complements that. And talking about complementing your lifestyle, what is also important for us is this vehicle is the perfect digital gadget for every user. So with all the new digitalization in this vehicle, from the center console to the digital instrument cluster to Mercedes Me Connect to the Burmester surround sound system, this really is progressive in its digitalization and has that seamless connectivity all our customers and drivers are looking for. But in terms of the driving dynamic, Alex, what sets this vehicle apart from others?
So we're bringing in 3 derivatives, GLC 220 diesel at 148 kilowatts and 440 Newton torque. We're bringing in the GLC 300 diesel at 198 at 550 Newton. And we're bringing in the 300 petrol at 190 and 400 Newton torque. We believe that is a diverse range in terms of what we require in this country. If we analyze obviously in terms of what is the normal take-up rate to have some diversity. We are not bringing in any plug-in hybrids into South Africa. We are only looking at our current range that we have and looking at where the future will take us in terms of electric. And I think that is enough and gives you enough flexibility as a customer to have a choice in terms of what you want. Also in that video that you missed, there will be obviously AMGs that will come through and we are waiting on information.
And I mean, you'll be able to test the vehicles today, and you can really experience that dynamic driving experience of these vehicles. And if you look at, for instance, the GLC 300, 0 to 100 in 6.3 seconds for a family-sized SUV, that's really quick and dynamic, and the torque which you will experience and that power of that vehicle is really exceptional. At the same time, with exceptional efficiency. So for instance, the GLC 220D has a fuel efficiency of up to 5.2 liters per 100 kilometer, and that with a fairly large size SUV. But talking about dynamic driving, that also has to go hand in hand with state-of-the-art safety and assistance systems. And this vehicle really comes with semi-autonomous driving capabilities. And for instance, features like Distronic active distance assistance really give this vehicle the edge in terms of safety and assisting the driver in various situations in driving this vehicle in dangerous situations which could arise at any given point. And we hope that in today's weather you're not going to test that, but if you need it, it's there for the taking. And I mean, if you look at this vehicle with everything we've explained, this vehicle is really loaded with content. The new GLC has over 250,000 rand worth of options in the vehicle on top of the predecessor. And we wanted to pack this vehicle with value and really cater for the South African customer in that segment. And with that, maybe talk a bit about the prices of this vehicle.
So we bring in the 220 diesel formatted at 12211. That price includes CO2 tax. The GLC 300, which unfortunately we don't have available for you to drive today, but if you would like to drive the petrol, please contact Terence. We should have one very soon. It does not have the CO2 tax at that price at 1328, and the 300 diesel at 1410. I again remind you to have a look at the content of that vehicle and what it comes with standard. It is in the press pack, and also how you can build it up. But from a price point perspective, if you were a customer to just purchase it at that price, you get a lot of features in that vehicle that weren't there before, and including safety and look and feels and heated front seats and everything else that you need. So that is a great purchase in terms of everything that you really need in that vehicle.
I think we've got a complete range there. The only one which is missing is the AMG, obviously, which we're all waiting for. That will come towards the beginning of next year, and I think that will add an extra bit of spice to this range. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've explained to you that this wonderful ultimate luxury lifestyle SUV. It's got lots of features, it's the highest degree of luxury. In terms of driving capability, it is really state of the art. And you've driven it from the airport to here. I think now it's time to get back behind the steering wheel and test drive it around the beautiful roads of Cape Town. But before that, maybe thank you very much for joining us. And if you would have any questions, we're here at your disposal.
May I ask for just a little detail on that engineering package, exactly what it includes? Can you say the rear wheel steering?
The rear axle steering,
Yeah.
it's the pneumatic suspension, and it's the transparent bonnet.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes.
Two questions. When you mentioned the Distronic, is that standard?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then, is there any plans for a GLC Coupe Sportback model?
Yes,
Okay.
coming towards the end of the year as well.
And C-Class by any chance? Sorry, I know it's a pretty...
Sorry, C-Class?
C-Class. Will there be a 3-door C-Class?
No.
No. Okay. Thanks, guys.
So I just wanted to ask about one of the gimmicks you guys have. I noticed when you Scott Roach, there's a sausage that you guys really like about. Is that something you guys are incorporating on the vehicles to come forward?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
So I noticed when you put the console,
Yes.
there's the sound just comes from the fake sound that you bring into the car.
Yeah.
Is that something that I'm going to incorporate with all the new coming models? So this is the diesel variant, and what if you have such gimmick?
Yeah, the sound generation is dependent on what audio system you have.
So it only comes with the
It comes with a 3D program, so you hear like, how can I say, tone of sound, 40 sound is actually emitted through the speakers, through the background. Yeah.
What about the sound systems?
The Burmester is there. There's a specific option code that the customer will choose, and then you have that background sound.
And is there ability to buy other sounds? I know is it the standard sound that you get?
No, the standard sound system doesn't have it. So it's only the optional, the high-end sound system that it is. But also, just on that note, it's only specific models that will have it.
Oh, that's what I was trying to
Yeah,
say.
it's not specific to every single model that you will find.
The GLC that we're driving has black speaker grills with that squiggly line.
Yeah, that's a standard sound.
Okay,
That's not
But
normal.
there are also some with bonuses around.
Correct,
The
correct.
Burmax is only with the silver.
Yes, yeah, and you see the Burmester in front
Yeah.
on the package.
Driving the 300D, there's quite a funky sound to the engine. Is there any speakers, or is that purely from the engine?
No, that's really from the engine.
That's like almost like,
Yeah.
that sound
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, so if you drive the 220 C-Class, you find that that does the same thing. It actually gives you a throaty feel in the front as if it's coming from the firewall. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same.
So maybe we should introduce Kitchen. Kitchen is actually our product expert. That's why he's here to help us, and he will be en route in any case. And have a little coffee talk with you guys, but Kitchen knows this product inside and out. And any big thing that you want to ask, he's ready. He's had 4 days. You can answer any question that you've got for him.
You mentioned that you're going to have a focus on a bit of an adventurous side for this vehicle.
Yes.
Meaning that you're going to obviously tackle a few less desirable roads. With that in mind, is the vehicle available with a full spare wheel, full-size spare wheel, and what's the smallest rim size you can have on it?
So the smallest is 18 on the car, and then the car does have a spare, but it's not a full size.
Not a full-size spare.
Yeah, it's not a full size spare. Remember the issue with the full size spare at the moment is it takes up a lot of space on the car. And then obviously the undercarriage becomes much lower. And if you're using this vehicle for 4x4 capabilities, you need a clearance in the vehicle.
Yeah. Plus, why we've opted away from full-size spare wheels is also fuel consumption.
Yeah.
So more weight we put in the car with
some fuel consumption, yes.
And then on top of that, there's an undercarriage, there's an underguard on the off-road package, which I didn't mention, that protects the underneath when you're off-roading.
Guys, in terms of any standard features that you really want to point out, like panoramic sunroof, is that standard?
No, it's not.
Not
So,
standard.
I mean, I
So
think
where
it's-
is that 250?
So you haven't got interior, exterior, and there's a whole list of them. It's smartphone integration, it's MBUX and extended features. It's wireless charging pad.
Formatic, yeah.
Formatic, heated front seats. It's got your active lane keep assist. It's got active vision. Okay. There's so many things. So it's in the press pack. And if you take those items and you quantify what you would have paid in the previous one, with your annual your inflation, it gets to that amount and you can actually see it. We're busy doing some comparisons and we'll be able to share more with Terence and he will share with you guys. But I think it's important to understand the price point versus what you get as extra value. And obviously over and above that, it's about the equity that you have for the customer and enhancing that vehicle from a safety, tech and lifestyle perspective all in one. And we look at uptake rates globally. And we say this is the highest uptake and this is why the car is contented that way. It's not like we just decide this is what we want.
Yeah.
So the only other thing maybe a customer would put on would be an engine styling package or one or two other extras like an engineering package, but or sunroof on its own, you know?
Just remember in addition to that, that's something that you're looking for that you can see that gets value, right?
Yeah.
But remember when you're driving this car, the suspension is different.
Yeah.
The drive is different. The traction is different. So as you go into corners when you're accelerating, that's all changed from the previous year. So you're going to see when you drive the vehicle. And that's also where the additional cost coming with developing a better vehicle.
Right, of course.
Can I suggest that we think of a few more questions and then we have them answered at lunch? I'm aware of our time today.
One more question.
The last question. I heard you say you're looking at 800 variants. I wanted to ask what are the reason for that?
So I think, you know, the whole thing about electric in our point of view is around cost of ownership. So when you're looking at a hybrid, yes, there's a 100-kilometer range that you get on the vehicle, which gives you and suits you day to day. But if you look at the price point to bring it in versus the price point of the electric, the consumer actually has more benefit on full electric than they do on hybrid. And we are entering into that mode right now. And the technology and all that on the electric is far more superior. So when you have a cost of ownership, and you look at a propensity of spending and the saving that you have on full electric, it's a lot higher than on hybrid. So we made a decision to do it that way. Others have not. But I think it is the right decision because it's newer tech and it becomes easier to then start navigating into the market.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Thanks guys, enjoy the drive and I'll see you at lunch. Mark will not be there, but I'll see you and you're welcome to ask me. I'm going to be at lunch. Are you? Great.
I've been invited to lunch.
Yes, yes.